Up next, Douglas County Commission votes to approve massive solar farm north of Lawrence.
More to come. KU hosts 8th Annual International Jayhawk Festival celebrating global diversity and engagement.
Stay tuned. Lawrence Farmers Market opens for the season.
Live from the studio in Stauffer Flint at the University of Kansas, you're watching KUJH News.
Good morning and welcome back to KUJH. I'm Cameron McCrory.
And I'm Ellie Mueller.
After nearly 2 weeks since voting was closed for student senate elections, controversy still surrounds the results as the Ad Astra coalition continues to allege misconduct by winners Zachariah Ahmed and Walker Haber of the 1KU coalition, and are now alleging misconduct by the Election Commission. After the Election Commission ruled last week there was not enough evidence to disqualify 1KU, Ad Astra presidential candidate Danae Estebin appealed the ruling, alleging that the commission neglected to investigate what is now being called Keggate due to bias and collusion with the 1KU coalition. The Senate body voted last night to confirm a third-party court to rule on the appeal, but the motion failed. As the end of the school year creeps up, Senate has a small time frame to find a way to investigate these allegations and to ensure a smooth transfer of power to the next administration. We'll continue to bring you updates on Student Senate as they unfold.
Since the overturning of Roe v. Wade almost 2 years ago, states have been involved in debates over abortion rights. While the Kansas Supreme Court ruled that the state constitution upholds the right to an abortion, other states hold differing views. This week, an Arizona Supreme Court ruling invoked an 1864 law that nearly effectively banned all abortions, bringing the issue of reproductive rights into the forefront of the 2024 presidential election.
It is a dark day in Arizona.
Tonight, Arizona's Supreme Court ruling the state must enforce a near total ban on all abortions, the controversial law which dates back to the Civil War, before Arizona even became a state. The court saying, quote, physicians are now on notice that all abortions, except those necessary to save a woman's life, are illegal. Abortion providers could face a prison sentence of 2 to 5 years. President Biden calls the new ban cruel, and Vice President Kamala Harris said this on X.
To stop bans like this, we need a United States Congress that will restore the protections of Roe v. Wade.
Opponents of abortion are applauding the Arizona ruling tonight. The group Susan B. Anthony Pro-Life America in a statement saying, quote, we celebrate this enormous victory for unborn children and their mothers, and claiming the ruling, quote, will protect more than 11,000 babies annually. This comes just one day after former President Donald Trump announced his campaign position on abortion, declining to support a federal nationwide ban on abortions, saying it should be left up to states.
At the end of the day, this is all about the will of the people.
And it all comes on the heels of a controversial ruling in Florida's Supreme Court last week that allowed a ban on abortions after 6 weeks of pregnancy to take effect next month. Florida is one of several states where abortion will or may be on the ballot in November, when voters will decide whether to guarantee the right to an abortion in their state's constitution.
On top of reproductive rights, one of the hot topics being debated in the state legislators across the country is LGBTQ rights. 2 weeks ago, KUJH's Millie Favela spoke with KU students about how a bill banning gender-affirming care for minors passed by the Kansas House and Senate would affect college students. This week, Kansas Governor Laura Kelly vetoed the bill, sparking both controversy and praise. The veto sets the stage for further debate and action surrounding LGBTQ rights in Kansas as Republican supermajority gears up to override the vote.
Another contentious issue has emerged locally. The Douglas County Commission met on Saturday to discuss a proposed solar plant that would be located in North Lawrence. KUJH's Stella Uriarte has more on the story.
This has regrettably forced solar advocates, myself included, to choose sides, solar or soil.
This moment makes me question, what do we really value in Douglas County? Is it sticking to a well-thought-out comprehensive plan approved by our citizens and commissioners, or are we ready to ignore these promises for projects that haven't been fully examined?
Opponents also concluded that this plan will create concerns with food production, altering the rural landscape, water runoff, and the rich soil in the area.
That our roads will be ruined without consequences, our fire protection costs will go up, The needed funding will not come close to matching our increased costs, but we will end up with unsafe water and even more flooding and drainage. Given how little of this plan is complete, we are worried.
Proponents believe this power plant will further help create clean energy for the future.
604 acres of solar panels in our mind means a lot more than 604 acres of corn and commodity crops. We're up against the clock to transform our society. That's the premise of the cornerstone of the comprehensive plan that we should embrace and encourage the clean energy transition in our community.
The commission continued to approve the permit for the Kansas Sky Energy Center to build a solar power plant, despite residents being split behind the issue. According to plans, construction will begin tentatively in early 2025. Stella Odiarte for KUJH.
Thanks, Stella. Once the power plant is built, it'll be interesting to see what effects, positive or negative, it'll bring to Douglas County. And speaking of solar power, it's been pretty sunny this week, but today it seems like that sun's kind of gone away, and it's pretty rainy now.
Yeah, it is pretty rainy, and it's also been very windy this week. It's been absurdly windy this week.
Yeah, I've kind of been blowing everywhere when I've been walking to class.
You and me both.
Yeah, but right now, Ashton is live outside with a weather update.
I'm outside on campus right now. It is currently raining. We had a cold front push through last night, and that has really dropped our temperatures. We are in the mid 50s now. The winds are out of the north, gusting close to 30 miles per hour. A total change in weather from yesterday to today. We'll tell you more about this weather coming up.
Thanks, Ashton. Yesterday was the 8th annual International Jayhawk Festival. KUJH reporter Brock Niemeyer attended and is live in studio to give us more information.
Thanks, guys. The University of Kansas is home to over 2,000 international students from over 105 countries. Each year, KU hosts the International Jayhawk Festival as an opportunity for all Jayhawks to celebrate our global community and international engagement.
The International Jayhawk Festival allows student groups and academic units to present at different stations, sharing lots of information, including sharing cultural activities, demonstrations, and global trivia. Those involved with the event say it is a great way to bring the community together.
We have a great opportunity for international students and domestic students to come together and celebrate KU's global communities. So it's put together primarily by KU Study Abroad and Global Engagement, along with in partnership with our area study centers, international support services, and then our language departments and other partners around campus.
The festival was highlighted by the international performances. This year there was 6 different performances, all from different cultures. One of the performers shared her favorite part about the uniqueness of the festival.
I think one of my favorite parts is all the different cultures that are here, and another thing is the amount of people who are here. I didn't come last year, so I didn't really know what to expect, but I think it was really cool how many people came to enjoy and see all these different cultures.
This festival was a great opportunity for all to experience a wide variety of different cultures. On top of the performances, there were also some food provided. I had the opportunity to try a sopapilla for the first time, and it was fantastic. Ellie and Cameron, back to you guys.
Thanks, Brock. I'm glad you got to enjoy a unique event like that. And as war between Israel and Palestine continues, Iran is now getting involved. Iran launched a missile attack on Israel this past Sunday after Israeli forces made an attack on an Iranian diplomatic center in Syria. Many European and Latin American countries are now condemning the attacks, while the U.S. is urging China to use its leverage over Iran, as they have been lasting trade partners. As of yesterday, the Israeli military says it has killed and arrested militants in the civilian area of the northern part of the Gaza Strip. And closer to home, the Palestinian community tries to find strength in their unity. KUJH's Raneem Alazmi has more on the changes of this community role in Lawrence.
The Palestinian community role in Lawrence is undergoing a significant change. Many Palestinians in Lawrence, including students, have found themselves visible and responsible to speak about social justice, while their loved ones are going through the toughest situations overseas. From organizing protests to educating others, the effort of the Palestinians to make a statement in the local community continues.
This is not something new, but right now, because of the genocide, it woke a lot of people. So I'm very happy that a lot of people are pro-Palestine right now, which gives me a lot of hope that we can achieve something.
Several organizations have started within the community, such as Rally for Palestine, Justice for Palestine, and the local PDS movement, Boycott, Divestment, and Sanctions. The groups have urged the city to call for a ceasefire in Gaza and advocate for voting uncommitted. Students have also requested the chancellor to give a statement of support of Palestinians several times. Members of the community have been finding strength and unity during these times.
It's been around since October, so immediately after I thought, what's something we can do as a community? Because Lawrence is a place full of people who really are passionate about social justice and doing the right thing, and I thought this was a good way for us to come together and put our powers together for Palestine.
The two main goals are to establish awareness and call for a ceasefire resolution. However, community has been expanding their effort by investigating and focusing on shutting down the ICL factory. The effort of the community is persistent on and off campus until they get what they are demanding.
Multiple rallies have taken place both on and off campus. The community has definitely been putting forward more effort locally to make a statement. Stay tuned as we dive into other aspects of this vibrant community as we explore the heartwarming efforts of the Lawrence Humane Society and the opening of the Lawrence Farmers Market. We'll be right back.
Welcome back from the break.
You know, as we were talking about earlier, the weather was super nice out this week, but the wind has been kind of a pain, honestly, especially because we are up on a hill, so we're just getting all that extra wind.
Exactly, and with this rain coming towards the end of the year, it's too dreary.
I know, I can never tell what should I expect? Should it be 60 degrees or 40 degrees?
No, exactly.
Yeah, with that being said, Ashton, can we expect these temperatures to stick around?
So last night we had a cold front that pushed through and it really dropped our temperatures. We have lingering showers for this afternoon with cooler temperatures on the rise for this weekend. And then we are back into the 70s as we start off next week. Our temperatures for this upcoming week will be relatively nice. However, though, we did have that cold front that pushed on through that dropped our temperatures. We were in the 80s for yesterday, 81 degrees yesterday. Our average there at 68 degrees, but as that cold front pushed through, really did knock our temperatures down, giving us quite a bit of storms with it as well, knocking our temperatures into the 50s for today. And this is a glance at last night's storms. It was really just a light show. We had tons of lightning out there for last night. This is across Lawrence. We had those thunderstorms push through, and then this morning we have the lingering showers as we head into today. Taking a glance at our radar now, we have the overcast conditions with lots of cloud coverage for today, giving us those showers that we're experiencing right now. However, though, as we head into the later half of our afternoon, these showers will be calming down, heading into about 10% chance as we head into 4 p.m. and then clearing out even more as we head into the afternoon, just left with cloudy conditions. However, though, like I said, that cold front pushed through, really making our temperatures struggle to get out of the 50s for today. Lower 50s for most of us, and windy conditions. Taking a look at our severe storm risk for today, just to the east of us is where they're in the 3 out of 5 in that orange region. The 2 is the yellow there out of 5. So if you have any plans traveling to the east for today, just stay weather aware. We had some severe weather last night. They're experiencing this later today as those storms continue to push through. Tonight's low, 40 degrees, mostly cloudy and breezy, gusting close to 30 miles per hour. So these winds will be gusting and staying with us. And taking a look at tomorrow's forecast, though, in the mid to upper 50s, once again, 59 degrees there, partly sunny conditions, and the winds will be out of the northeast for us tomorrow. Taking a look at this futurecast, you can see where that low pressure system pushes on through, giving them the chances of rain further to the east of us, leaving us with just cloudy conditions here in Lawrence as we head into this weekend. Taking a look at the extended forecast for us, we have cooler temperatures as we head into this weekend, into the 50s for Saturday. Last weekend, we were near record-breaking warmth in the upper 80s. Today, this weekend, heading in to Saturday at 57 degrees, overnight low there at 37 degrees, a total night and day change from last weekend. And then starting off next week, back into the 70s, breezy conditions. Storms do return on Monday and Tuesday. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Ashton. Looks like it is going to cool off a bit.
Despite these lower temperatures, still it's a great time to get outside, and if you're looking for a way to spend your Saturdays outside, I would definitely recommend stopping up by New Hampshire Street for the Lawrence Farmers Market.
Oh, I agree. I was one of 1,000 to attend opening day on Saturday, April 13th, and had a chance to discover what the market has to offer. Whether you're looking for locally sourced produce, floral arrangements, or freshly baked goods, the Lawrence Farmers Market is back in season every Saturday until November 16th. Featuring over 70 diverse local vendors, the market not only ensures high-quality product, but also champions sustainability by reducing fuel usage and carbon emissions through their farmer-to-consumer model. As the market kicks off their 46th year, one vendor shares how the model contributes to the movement.
The farm is literally 8 miles away. So we grow a wide variety of produce and plant starts. So we're bringing it from 8 miles direct to the consumer, which makes a huge difference. You know, we're reducing fuel usage, and it's just the freshest possible produce you can get. So.
The market aims to provide access to local, healthy, and affordable goods through their farmer-to-consumer model. This model increases awareness of agriculture within the Lawrence area and fosters a connection between the Lawrence community and our local farmers. While produce products remain a top seller at the market, one attendee shares another reason for coming back every year.
Half the reason is for the donuts, the slow-rise donuts, but the other reason is just to get good produce from our local people.
The Lawrence Farmers Market has something for everyone every Saturday. This is KUJH reporter Ellie Mueller signing off.
I know that I'm looking forward to seeing the variety of vendors throughout the summer. I love stopping by and getting fresh veggies, fresh fruit, definitely grabbing a coffee or getting some flowers. What was your favorite part of attending this?
You know what? After hearing the hype about slow-rise donuts, I actually got to check it out and it exceeded my expectations. It was amazing.
Well,
so I will definitely be coming back for that. 6.3 million animals enter animal shelters nationwide every year, and only 4.1 million of them are adopted, according to the ASPCA. KUJH's Millie Favelas shares how a Lawrence resident teams up with the Lawrence Humane Society to bring awareness to adoptable pets through music.
What if music had the ability to paint a person's picture before even meeting them? Emily Bodeker, a music teacher at Woodlawn in New York elementary schools, made this dream a reality for some animals at the Lawrence Humane Society. Bodeker grew up in a musically inclined household and decided to combine her love of music and her passion for education to pursue a degree in music education from KU. Bodeker loves music because she feels it has a unique way of connecting people from different walks of life, and she wouldn't trade her job for anything.
I have fun every day in my job. I've always said my goal is to make kids lifelong musicians, like not lifelong like professional musicians, but people who can appreciate music. I'm not trying to churn out Juilliard musicians. I just want kids who love and appreciate music.
When COVID-19 shut down schools in 2020, Bodeker had to get creative with virtual learning and began posting elementary music lesson of the day to her social media. Bodeker drew inspiration from another shelter that used music and social media to spread awareness about adoptable pets, and she knew she could replicate that in Lawrence. She eagerly reached out to the Lawrence Humane Society to offer her expertise, and she notes that the rest is history.
I have a heart for shelter pets, and it's hard because you can only do so much, right? You can donate goods or money, but really it's sharing of the pets and getting their names out there that's going to get them adopted. I am a big believer in doing whatever you can when you can, and this is what I can do right now. So, I don't know, hopefully we can get these pets some loving homes.
Bodeker has made songs for the Humane Society's longest residents, Peanut, Gibson, and Stella Bunny, although only Peanut's song has been released.
I've been stuck here in this shelter for 600 days.
Those looking to adopt pets can stay tuned to the Lawrence Humane Society's Instagram at Lawrence Humane for more pet songs.
Knowing that our community members are using their talents to benefit Lawrence community truly warms my heart.
And the researchers and educators at KU have been doing just that for more than 10 years, since they started the Native Medicinal Plant Garden to explore the medicinal properties of plants. KUJH reporter Shamaria Massenberg tells us all about the local garden.
Well, I think right now students are looking for ways to connect, and I think plants are a really good vehicle for that.
The Native Medicinal Plant Garden is a place for connection, plant research, and sometimes discovery for KU researchers.
Started first as a place just to grow out species of native medicinal plants, mostly prairie plants, that we were testing for different medicinal compounds to see if they could be used as potential pharmaceutical agents. We started screening plants that were used by people of the area because they knew their plants, and worldwide, here and everywhere else, the history of botany and the history of medicine are very closely correlated.
The garden is open to the public from dawn to dusk and has helped to maintain plants native to Kansas since 2010. KU scientist Kelly Kincher further explained the importance of the work they do.
We don't want any discovery that we might make to be of a rare plant, because then you're going to threaten it more. In many cases, you can, cultivate them, which is kind of what we're doing here. In other cases, just to be conservation minded, I fully encourage people to harvest from the wild if they know that that's being done sustainably. So I guess I'd like students to know there's many opportunities for them here at the Medicinal Plant Garden. There's the Student Community Garden. There's the Bee Club, all right here. There are many places where students can engage.
Thanks, Shamario. Students can find out more information at nativeplants.ku.edu. Stay with us.
Coming up on KUJH Sports, I'll fill you in on everything you need to know about the latest in KU sports and more.
From adversity, we rose. We made history and became pioneers, voyagers, champions, Jayhawks. And when our chant rises, haunting and hallowed, Jayhawks are telling the world what's near. Victory.
Welcome back to KUJH Sports. We have a variety of sports to cover, from spring football to basketball roster updates. Let's get started. To start, the Spring Showcase gave us our first glimpse of the 2024 Jayhawk football squad, which has some of the highest expectations the program has ever had. Following their guaranteed Rate Bowl win in December, a majority of Kansas roster has stayed the same. Quarterback Jason Bean, safety Kenny Logan are two of the major players who are out of eligibility, but a lot of the roster will be familiar. The showcase took place at Rock Chalk Park, and fans got to see scrimmages featuring Jalen Daniels, Kobe Bryant, Devin Neal, and many other players who are expected to take the team to new heights. With the expanded college football playoff and a fresh set of teams in the Big 12, it will be fun to see how the Jayhawks perform this fall. Although the upcoming football season will be played in Kansas City, KU Athletics gave us an inside look on how the stadium renovations are going down at the booth. The new stadium is set to open in fall 2025, and in the meantime, Athletic Director Travis Goff, construction contractors, and employees are hard at work. Take a look.
We are making a tangible statement, as tangible statement as you can possibly make, about a new future for KU. Certainly football's a big part of that. Athletics is a huge part of that, but extends beyond.
I'm looking forward to seeing the stadium in person next year. Following a weather-induced cancellation against Omaha on Wednesday, the KU baseball team has a series in Waco, Texas this weekend against Baylor. The Jayhawks are riding a 4-game win streak following their sweep against Pacific and are hoping to better their 19-14 overall record. All 3 games this weekend will be televised on ESPN+. Now that we're deeper into the college basketball offseason, players around the country are starting to decide where they will be a few months from now. Whether it's the same team, a fresh start on a new team, or in the NBA, the next few weeks will feature lots of announcements from star players across the college basketball world. Here in Lawrence, one of the Jayhawks' biggest names made his announcement. Kansas standout freshman Johnny Furphy is declaring for the 2024 NBA draft while maintaining his college eligibility. Furphy started the year coming off the bench, but injuries to the team and impressive play catapulted him into the starting lineup. The freshman averaged 9 points and 5 rebounds a game while shooting 47% from the field. Furphy will also represent his country by playing for the Australian national team this summer at the Paris Olympics. Furphy is currently projected as a late first-round pick by CBS. Although I'm hoping to see the Aussie stay, I have a feeling an NBA team will draft him, and I wish him the best. Stepping into the professional world of sports, the WNBA draft had one of its most stacked draft classes of all time. Caitlin Clark went #1 overall to the Indiana Fever. Almost all of her jerseys sold out within 1 hour of being drafted, and just last night she signed a signature deal with Nike worth at least $10 million. The draft was the highest viewed of all time with 3.09 million viewers, over 5 times the number of the previous record in 2004. Moving into the NBA, the postseason is now in full swing with the final play-in games happening tonight. The Boston Celtics are the leading favorite to win the championship, with the Denver Nuggets right behind them. There's many fun series to look forward to in this first round, including the Clippers and Mavericks and the Pacers and Bucks. The West is stacked this year, but there are a lot of sneaky teams in the East that can make a run. First round action begins on Saturday. If you don't have any plans this weekend, let me help you out. The Kansas Relays are going down with all of the action starting right after this. Head on over to Rock Chalk Park to see some of the best KU track and field stars perform in a variety of events all weekend. That will do it for today's sports block. We'll be sure to fill you in on all the action when we're back next week. But stay tuned for a look at the newest dining option on campus, food trucks.
Missed the bus again? Yeah. You should download My Bus Lawrence. You can see when buses are arriving here, and you can also see where the buses are in Lawrence. Wow, okay. Download the My Bus Lawrence app today.
Welcome back from our final break.
A few weeks ago, KUJH's Murray Hamilton checked out a new lunch option on campus, food trucks. For every Wednesday in April, different food trucks will be available from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. And among the food options are barbecue, finger food, Mexican cuisine, and burgers. Aaron Barcombe Peterson, KU News and Media Relations Director, says these Food Truck Wednesdays are part of a bigger picture. I'll definitely be keeping an eye out next Wednesday for some more good food. Food Truck Wednesdays seem like a great way to enjoy this warmer springtime weather.
Oh, I fully agree. And Ashton is here with us for our final weather update.
You're right. The food trucks are a good way to enjoy the spring weather. Yesterday was almost hot with temperatures in the 80s. However, though, right now we're sitting in the mid 50s right now. We have those storms that are still lingering for today with shadows for today, or with showers for today, 60% chance there. And then as we head into this weekend, we are in the 50s for this weekend. And then as we head into the start of next week, we will be rebounding our temperatures back into the 70s, mostly sunny conditions there, developing our next chance of precipitation on Tuesday. However, though, temperatures will be a lot cooler this weekend than they were last.
Thanks, Ashton.
Tune in next Thursday for our last show of the semester as we say goodbye to our seniors, get the latest KU sports updates, and of course see how students are reacting to Taylor Swift's new album.
I'm pretty excited, but I really hope that it's upbeat because I'm personally not a fan of her slow stuff, but what are you guys hoping to see?
That's a wild claim to say, but I heard it's more of a synth pop album, which I am personally very excited for.
I used to love all of her older stuff that was like the more, slow love songs, so I am not as big of a fan of her pop stuff, so you can listen to those and I'll listen to the slow stuff, and that's okay. Now keep up to date with KUJH on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram, as well as by visiting our website at tv.ku.edu. I'm Cameron McCrory.
And I'm Ellie Mueller, signing off.